Stearman have some connection with Boeing?
Father Bob, who's a 6'4" and still a little squirrel.
Get over here.
I'm fine.
He is.
These are white engines on the front of those D-25. 2 out of the 4 remaining new standards in the country are right here over the airport. would have their names on the sides of aircraft, and they would use that for publicity.
This is a strange airplane.
On his victory pass, he was also candy bars. Fortunately, those candy bars are attached to parachutes.
Cessna 172 now.
Little bitty parachutes, little bitty candy bars. Wouldn't that be fun?
Liability.
We had a try that. These were the National Air Tours, the Ford Reliability Tours, as they were also known. That was a frenzy that happened between 1925 and 31. The newspaper reporters would come out in droves and they would cover this event, and their coverage would say, looking at a gentleman, there would be a picture of a guy coming off a Ford Tri-Motor dressed in a suit, a very natty-looking suit, with a hat on, and he'd come out and the reporter would comment in the newspaper that this gentleman stepped off this Ford Tri-Motor refreshed and ready for business, looking for all the world as he got out of the luggage compartment and politely handed it to him on his way to his car. Those are the kinds of news stories that were put in the paper in those days. Everyday occurrences for you and me, but something very unusual in a time when most people thought of airplanes as a daredevil activity, people that were risking their lives, jumping out of airplanes in parachutes, or traveling, or moving from one airplane to another, moonwalking, and doing those kinds of things. Or else maybe they were thinking about it as a tool of war, the first war and all the great air aces. But no one was thinking of air transportation and the use of aircraft like the Ford Tri-Motor to get somewhere, to go visit ground or to do some business in the next town over. Nobody thought of airplanes like that.
My wife was going to take her down to Louisville with something fall from the line. Yeah. Go through the plant down there.
They're still down there though, but it's down there, they call it rubber town. There's a lot of chemicals.
There's more, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you there are more. There are about 21 or 22 more airplanes, and in the next half hour or so, you will see a Lion mail plane from 1923. 26, I mean, a Sikorsky flying boat, the last of its kind, an S-39, that looks for all the world like someone sawed the mast off a sloop and put a couple of wings and an engine on it. That's what they look like. And this one is painted up to look like a zebra. I'll tell you more about that in a minute.
What is that?
That they would have to shut down.
Oh, shut down in a hurry, right?
They'd have to go to the
This would be Rockwell UBC, I believe.
They do an overflight first.
Oh, I know they
Yes,
had
it is. The Weaver Aircraft Company of Troy, Ohio, was one of the finest manufacturers of airplanes in its day. The Weaver Aircraft Company was shortened to WACO, W-A-C-O, so we pronounce it like Waco rather than the city of Texas, Waco. The Waco Aircraft Company made biplanes, open cockpit. Greg Herrick, the gentleman who was leading this National Air Tour, whose organizer, whose brainchild it was a scholar of the National Air Tour. He enjoys reading about and learning more about the golden age of aviation between the two wars, 1918 to 1941. And he was a real buff on the National Air Tour, and wondered what it would be like to mount an actual air tour with the same kind of grueling schedule, 2, maybe 3 stops each and every day on a schedule which needed to be kept with press, with people expecting to see us. Large crowds, and the fun that we had along the tour, the challenges of getting through the weather, the challenges of keeping equipment built in the 1920s and 30s running. He wondered what it would be like
Some of
So
them
why not
got
Mount
really
One?
nice
So
tours.
in this, the centennial celebration year of flight honoring Orville Gilbert, a couple of other Ohio, who in the bicycle shop in Dayton, Ohio, right here in the center of the United States, practiced their craft, did their science, learned their lessons, and experimented with their experiments, and came up with pipes, came up with powered riders, and then finally came up with an engine that would power one of those riders. And finally, on December 17th, 1903, achieved the goal that had been eluding people for thousands of years ahead of the building. The mystery of how to crack that conundrum that flying airplane in the air. So in this from that time period, made huge strides towards mechanical and dependability and aerodynamics. All those strides added together to get us from the first year of growth to the future of growth. So that's the
Cadillac, private aviation. Brought in engineers to work for him, but he had to have the last say on everything. The fellas couldn't work for him, they quit someplace else. The house where I'm living now was used as an engineering office. They designed the gliders in World War II. We've had a couple of men stop by the house there and say, "This is just where we have the Rocco Engineering Department." Oh yes, right.
You know who built most of the Rockos?
Yeah, Boeing.
Ford.
Ford, yeah. Most of them built elsewhere.
Ford built about half of them.
Yeah.
They built them up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, up there in the old wood factory where they, Ford.
Back in the 1920s, and many of them were used for crop dusters, sprayers, banner tones, and other area applications. This one, having made the transition to privately owned aircraft again. Oh, I take that back. It's a Waco ASO, built right here in the state of Ohio. Troy, Ohio, was the place where this Waco ASO was built. Only Fokker and this butterscotch colored one, green trim is coming overhead is it. This is the Fokker Super Universal, 1,340 cubic inches and 450 horses. This is the only flying Super Universal in the world. It's unheard of spent the putting the aircraft back in the flight first again. It's rebuilt from plans 1,000 pounds, all wood plywood from wings to the wings of the plane. It flew down from Calgary, go all the way to the coast, and then head back to Calgary again before they make the trip back to Winnipeg, Manitoba. Range comfort this morning.
When it came apart here,
Everybody told him the only thing apart from here.
We're at Greene County, Lewis A. Jackson Regional Airport in Xenia, Ohio, suburb of Dayton. It was probably a point east of me. I think I've been here before.
stand up and test the time. And Ford and everybody else was metal stuff. That's pretty much good. Those Ford Tramos, those Ford Tramos, beautiful.
It was a little cool flight. We went to 3,500 feet. We had our jackets on, and our wind speed was 60 miles an hour. We had a headwind the whole way. You came over the inside of the Atlantic Ocean, all the way to the Central Atlantic Ocean, 60 miles an hour in one day. 6 hours of flying. We're going to be off the
That's funny.
Still on its original wheels. It is an amazing looking airplane and one of the most unusual airplanes on the tour. Four airplanes got the code. A Lion mail plane from 1926. A flying boat.
What year was that?
You've got all sorts of limited
What year? That's looking pretty primitive, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. That's nice.
Coming this way. Yep, right here. You got it right
That is like a cheap house. We didn't have it. That's very tight today. That's not really been down. But a cheap house up there. So there's a shade, the shade in that country. The thing about it is that it's warm in there. It's kind of tight. It's kind of cramped. There's not ventilation. Right underneath the seat is the air tank.
Yukon, right?
Really cool.
Found that today in bush someplace.
30 or 40 years ago. I spent years.
Northern Italy. They don't have any on that radio.
This is a building that Catholic Cooper University. It's got a patent written launch to something. 1,340 cubic
Excuse me, can we get the little ones up front?
We're going to allow you to go out into the area.
Sure, go ahead.
Coming out and we'd like to reward you with
stand
visit
here.
to these aircraft where you can get up
Stand
close
right
and look to your heart's content. There's a couple of them coming from Columbus area. And so we'll be able to tell you about those too.
The Dayton paper, for about a month or so now, I've been showing a picture of airplanes. So I got the idea, if you put enough engine on something, you can fly anything practically. There's all sorts of airplanes we built.
Stephen, if you can come up here and follow along in your rental.
That's what you can remind and beauty inspires us all to strive to be our best at whatever we do. Once again, on behalf of the Wright family, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for participating.
Chris thought about it. Here she